Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, yesterday we showed you how to use a group module and create a simple fade-in effect with a couple of modules over an image right there. I've been kind of going through, I've got a big list of hover effects. I've got a playlist on YouTube for Divi 4. I've been kind of going through a few of them to see if they're going to work on Divi 5. And for the most part, they work perfectly. And there's a few additions that we can make some even better animations. So I've got another one for you today. If I roll up just a little bit here, I've got 3 images there. This time, if I roll over an image, you're going to see a bit of text. It's actually a call to action module and an image in a group module there. It's going to float down over the top, take your mouse off. It's going to go back up again. And they're fully interactive, of course. People can go in there, read the text, click the button. And similar for these two here. I made these very simple, but you could get complex. You could put their little social medias on there, whatever you decide to do. No coding involved in this again today. Really easy to do. So let's get started. I've got my builder open over here, so I can close this page down. And as usual, we'll start from scratch. Let's add a new section. A little blue button to add a new section. I'll throw 3 columns in mine again. And as with yesterday's video, we're going to start off with a group module. Once you put one of those in, it'll prompt you to start adding modules to your group module. I started off with a little image, so I'll do that again. I'll throw a little image module in there. Let's roll down. That's our original at the top. In fact, let's get rid of this, say, confusion. Let's hit the little trash can. Great. So here's our original. Let's throw a little image in there. I kind of made these staff modules, so let's throw the same images again. We'll throw this chap in. Crazy Night Cafe image. I want my image to be round and a lot smaller than that. So I'm going to go to Design. Alignment wise, I want my image to be in the middle. If we go down to sizing just below, I'm going to make mine pretty small, maybe 100 pixels. That's going to work. And I want it to be round. To make it round, we can just go into border down below. Here's border radius. Change check, so it'll do all 4. I'm going to change that to 50. That's pretty round. If you've got a square image and you change all the borders to 50 pixels or even 50%, it will give you a round. But you've got to start off with a square image or the result will be an oval like this. Okay, well, let's add another image. Because we used a group module here, give us the option to add a new module or row or add a new group. I'm going to add a new module. I'll just use a simple call to action. As I say, you can make these as complex or as simple as you want. I really don't want that much text. Be just a brief description about this chap. We'll give him a name up here where the title goes. Bit too much space between the picture and all our text here. I'm going to take that background away in a minute because I'll put the background in the group just as we did yesterday. So to cinch this all up a bit, I'm just going to take the padding away from this module. So we can go into Design, Spacing. We've got padding here, top and bottom. I'm just going to put a 0 in there. If I hit the chain, it'll take it off the bottom as well. That'll tighten it up enough for me. You can always use some negative margin if you want to pull it closer. That's going to work for me. But I do want a button in there. Now, before a button will appear with a call to action module, if we go back to our content, you have to put a link in for it. So if we close up the text, we've got a link in down below. And this is exactly the same from Divi 4 to Divi 5. I'm just going to put a hashtag in for a link. Once I do that, the buttons are going to appear. Fantastic. Well, like I say, you could go on, you could add social medias or whatever you wanted to do. I'm going to leave mine right here. Now, what I'm going to do is take this background away. This will all disappear into the white background, but I'm going to give my group a dark background so you'll see it all. So we're in our call to action. Background's always under content. I'm just going to click on a color. I'm going to pull the opacity down, or you could hit the trash can, however you like to do it. Still there, but it's just in the white background. Okay, well, let's go into our group. And you may think, well, I don't know where the group is. We've got our top module here, and we've got our second module here. There is a little gap between where you can put your cursor, left click, it'll take you to the group. It'll change and say group up here. Or if you have a problem with that, just go up to wireframe view up here, this little icon on the left-hand side, and you can get to it that way. Just click back whenever you want. Okay, now we're in the group. I just want to give it a nice dark background like we had before. So I'm just going to use a simple color. Again, we'll use a nice dark gray or something like that. I think that'll work. And I just want to add a bit of padding top and bottom, make it the shape that I actually want it for the image that's going to be in the background. So we can do that in design and spacing again. Design, spacing, padding top. Let's put perhaps 40 pixels on both ends, see what happens. That's okay. That'll work, I think. Great. Well, we've got the bit that we want to drop down over the image. What about the image itself? And again, if you watch any of my Divi hover effects, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into the row, the green tab, and the image that we're going to want to see initially is the one we're going to put in the column background. We're in column 1 here, column 1. Again, background always under content. We'll add a background image. We'll throw that same fella in. I know you can't see him because our group's on top of him there, but we're going to pull this group all the way up here. Then when they hover over it, we're going to have it drop back down. So to make that happen, I want to go back into my group. Again, I can go between these two modules, left click, we're in our group. We need to move it. We go over to design, spacing. I'm going to use negative margin to move it. So let's perhaps give it negative 100%. So that'd be negative 100 and the percent sign. And it should shoot up to the top there. Fantastic. But it's not quite gone up high enough. We can still see a bit of it there. Now, whatever I put up here as negative margin, I need to counteract here with the padding on the bottom so that it drops down and we've got something to grab the image by. If I take a bit of the opacity away from our group here, you'll see what's going on. So let's go into the content and the background. Click on the color. I'll take the opacity down just a little bit there. You can see our image below. It's starting up here. So we've not really gone high enough. I want to clear this image or the column that it's in. So if we go back to our spacing now, let's try 110. Almost. We're about 115. Not quite. You can always increment up and down with the little arrows here. Remember, you need to go down as we're using a negative value. There, we got a bit of daylight there. That's going to do it. 121%. Great. But our picture's shrunk up. So how can we fix that? What we've got to do, we've got to add the appropriate amount of padding to the bottom of this to bring our picture back to the size that we want it. So I reckon 121% will do it. So again, let's select our 40 here. Let's uncheck that chain so it doesn't do both the top and the bottom. Make sure you uncheck that, or it will do both. And let's put 121% in there. Bingo. We got our image the right shape again. Our group's way up here. Now we needed to do this, A, to make that image the size we want it because it's stretching the column, and B, so we've got something to trigger an animation when we put our mouse over it. If we had no padding here and we just made the column a certain height, we'd have no way of bringing this down. So now that we know this, initially I want to just see this image. So I'm going to make that background completely transparent when we're not hovering over it. And again, we know how to do that. Content, background, click on the color, bring that all the way down to the left, this transparency slider, or opacity I should say, and we've just got our lovely image. Great. Well, that works, but can you spot the problem? If we've got our content, it's still up here. It's on top of our little images that are at the top there. That's not going to work. That's an easy fix. What we need to do is go back into our row. Just close this down. Green tab for the row. Once we're in the row, we can go over to Advanced, down to Visibility. I'm going to go down to Horizontal Overflow. I'm going to change that to Hidden. Watch what happens. That stuff disappeared. Perfect. I'm going to do the same for the vertical. In the builder here, when you hover back over it, it's going to appear up there occasionally, but that's okay. That's not going to happen on the front end. Now that we've got our content up here, we want, when we hover over this image, we want to bring it down and add that background in. I'm sure some of you are ahead of me. What we need to do is go into our group. I can just left click on that bit of padding on the top there. We're back in the group here. Need to go to Design and Spacing, where we did our negative 21 margin and positive 21 padding. We want to go up here now, click on this little computer looking icon and select hover. We can now change all these settings and have different values when they hover on it. Well, it's pretty easy. All I want to do, don't want it to be up there, so I'm going to change that margin to 0, which will bring it down. But of course, we've got all that padding at the bottom that's making his face huge there. It's not going to work. We just need to change that from 121% to 0. That's great, but I'm just going to take a little bit of the padding off the top and add a little bit of padding on the bottom there, just so our content's a bit more centered. So when they're hovered over it, I'm going to have perhaps 20 pixels at the top. And let's add 20 pixels to the bottom. Remember, we've got percentage over there. So I'm going to write 20 and px, or you can just select it on the right hand side. So we should have the same size on both hover and desktop. Get back to desktop to see. Perfect. That image is staying the same size. So all we need to do is go back to hover and bring our background in so we can see all that a little bit better. So still in the group, I'm on the hover, background. Here's the color, just left click on it. I'm going to pull that opacity. You can pull it all the way up if you want it to be a full color, or you can drag it back just a little bit if you want to have some of that image bleed through. I'm going to leave mine just like that. Great. So that's what it's going to look like when we hover over it. If I go back to desktop, this is what it's going to look like initially. The time it takes to go from one to the other with Divi is 300 milliseconds. That's the default value. If you want to slow it down, I like to slow it down for a bit of grace. Go over to advanced, and we want to be in the group for this, remember. We can go down to transitions. There's the default 300. Let's make it 3/4 of a second. That's what I used on my other animation yesterday. 750 milliseconds. Don't want any delay, want it to happen straight away. And the speed curve I like to use is ease in, ease out. So if we've done everything correctly, this should work for us. Let's save draft and we'll preview. There's our little fella. When we hover over, content's going to drop down. Fantastic. They can go in there. They can deal with it. Take the mouse off. It's going to go back up there again. Now, once you've done that first one, it's really easy to duplicate. And I'm sure you figured that out. For anybody that hasn't, I'll just do it for you. We can close this out. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the images in the columns that we want to see initially. So do that. Sure you know, go into the row, into the column, background, third tab along, image. I think we use this young lady here. And we'll do the same for the next column. So I'm going to go back one, column 3, background, image. And we use this young fellow right here, I believe. Great. Well, how easy was that? We just need to copy our little group modules over. I'm going to go to wireframe view for that little icon up here. You hit the clone button. I'm going to drag one of them across. Doesn't matter which one because they're both identical. Obviously, you want to go out and change your image in there. And your details. And exactly the same for the next one, obviously. I think you can see Divi 5's really quick moving about. I know I've said it several times, but I really do like this interface. And of course, I don't think you'll be called Sue. We'll flip back. And that should do it. We'll say draft again. And we'll preview. There she blows. And we've got John. Like I say, you can put as much or as little information, Sue, in these as you want to. And our friend Steve Reeve. And these are fantastic things to have on your site. People are mousing around, this sort of thing happens. It does get their attention pretty quickly. Plus, being interactive, it does engage people too. Now, of course, these will work on tablet and mobile, but people will have to tap on them. So if you want to use them on tablet and mobile, you can. But you want to go in on tablet version, change the padding and sizing, I'm sure, and make sure everything's going to fit for you on mobile. And once you've done that, I quite often put tap here for more information, just visible on phone and tablet. But there you go, guys. These Divi 4 effects are working perfectly with Divi 5 here. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget, if you have any questions, pop them down below. I'll do my best to answer them for you, or make a little demo video just like this one. So once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.